Hey there, it's Steve from the Fat Life Project. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be heading to Osaka, and if you're watching this right now, there's a very good chance that you are as well, in which case you may like this video as I am going to be sharing absolutely everything I did over 4 days and 3 nights in Osaka. I'm also going to be including some helpful first-timers information such as where to stay, how to navigate their public transport, etc. That is a culmination of everything I learned during my research for the trip, plus some additional lessons that were learned along the way. And as such, I would recommend you watch this video all the way through so that you don't make the same mistakes that I did. But with that being said, it is going to be a pretty lengthy video, which is why I have meticulously divided this video into chapters so that you can skip ahead and back however you like, as I'm all about you getting the value that you need out of this video. And also, you don't necessarily have to do exactly what I did. I would in fact encourage you to create your own itinerary based on the places that I will be recommending in this video. Konchana? With that out of the way, let's get straight into it. Osaka is Japan's third largest city located in the Kansai region. It has long been a center of commerce and culture, dating back to its days as Japan's economic hub during the Edo period. Today, it is a vibrant city known for many things, including its lively atmosphere, friendly locals, iconic landmarks, and food. So much so, in fact, that it is commonly referred to as Japan's kitchen. And so it is of no surprise that Osaka is commonly the next major Japan city most travelers head to outside of Tokyo. There are two ways to get to Osaka. You could be someone who's flying internationally directly to Kansai International Airport, or you could also catch a Shinkansen/bullet train from another Japan city into Osaka. I did the latter. I actually landed in Tokyo and spent a couple of days there before I headed over to Osaka. And so if you're looking to do the same, I would highly recommend you pre-reserve your Shinkansen/bullet train ticket. You can do so either directly via the Shinkansen app known as the SmartX, or via third-party reseller websites such as Klook. I personally went with Klook as I actually earn points when booking activities through them that I can offset later on other activities. Once I booked, the system generated a QR code that I could use to directly board the bullet train. Hot tip, if you are lugging around a luggage bag like I did, I would recommend getting the seat at the back that has an extra storage space behind the seat for your luggage bag. And yes, you can get a cheaper price if you do a non-reserved seat, as you can see here. However, as it was my first time on a Shinkansen, I wanted to see Mount Fuji on the way there, and so I booked an assigned window seat on the right side of the train, and man, was it worth it. I mean, just look at this view. But whether you arrived via an international flight or a bullet train, you will now need a Japan IC card to ride their public transport. And the good news is, if you already have a Japan IC card from another Japan city, you're good to go. Like for example, if you were in Tokyo and managed to get your hands on a Suica or Pasmo card, you can use it in Osaka exactly the same way like you did in Tokyo. Same goes if you already have a digital Japan IC card on your phone. However, if you arrived in Osaka with neither of these options, you're going to want to get your hands on an ICOCA card. You can get one at pretty much any of the JR West offices and also at any ticket vending machine. And yes, you can also pick up one when arriving at the Kansai International Airport. Another hot topic of conversation for anyone planning a trip to Osaka is where to stay. The method that I commonly use to decide where to stay is by plotting absolutely everything I want to see in Google Maps and then deciding on where to stay based on where most of my pins land. Unsurprisingly, most of the pins ended up in the Dotonbori area, and so I ended up booking a room at the Dotonbori Hotel, which is conveniently located about 300 meters away from Namba Station and literally like a 2-minute walk away from Dotonbori. Once I was properly checked in and refreshed, it was time to explore and tick places off my list. And the first location I headed to was the Osaka Castle, which I was told is a must-see when you're in town. And whilst yes, the castle is absolutely stunning to look up close, what no one tells you is the inclining walk going up to the castle. Luckily, the view up top made it worthwhile, as you not only get to see the castle up close, but you will also be treated to a panoramic view of the Osaka skyline. There is also a museum inside the castle that will cost you around 600 yen for adults and free for kids under 15 to enter. After all that walking, I decided that it was time for an early lunch, and actually having an omakase in Japan has been high on my list. This restaurant is one that not many talk about, mainly because it is located on the 7th floor of this little building that is about a 3-minute walk from the Osaka Namba station. Kokuryu serves up an expansive 20-course Taste of Japan omakase for 16,500 yen or around $106. And whilst this is rightly considered a high-end meal in Japan, the price point to me as someone from Australia is honestly a good deal, as I would easily be paying double this price in Australia for the same quality. The dishes here use fresh seasonal ingredients from the Hyogo prefecture that are carefully curated to create a multitude of delicious dishes, which include a selection of tempura pieces and sukiyaki, which you will watch being made in front of you. I always judge a place by asking myself at the end if I would return, and in this instance the answer is a yes. I was quite full after lunch and decided to walk off the food by exploring Hozenji Yokocho, which is a little stone-paved alleyway in the Namba area filled with traditional izakayas, tea houses and small restaurants. I was here during the daytime, by the way, but if you come at night, you'll probably see the street look more like something you see on social media when all the lanterns are lit up. While I was there, I also visited the Hozenji Temple, a piece of history that was built back in 1637. It is a temple that pays homage to Furumyo, one of the 5 guardians of Buddhism. It is believed that if you splash water on the statue, it will bring you good luck. In fact, you'll notice because of this, the statue is covered head to toe in moss. Whilst I was in the Dotonbori area, I also make sure I drop by the Pokemon Center. It is not hard to locate, as the storefront is filled with life-size statues of fan-favorite characters such as Pikachu, Charizard, and the legendary Pokemon. This is also where you will find Osaka exclusive items featuring Pokemon in unique Kansai-themed designs. The next thing on my itinerary was an instant yes for me the moment I saw it on Instagram, but I was honestly having second thoughts when I was walking down this very quiet and dark road looking for it. A cafe in the field at the Can factory is one of the Teamlab experiences in Osaka, located in a refurbished factory space. You will be led into a dimly lit room and sat on a long table overlooking a field with aesthetic dancing lights. The dancing lights is precisely the reason you want to go at night. Tickets cost 3,000 yen, by the way, which includes a drink and a snack. Aesthetics aside, the mochi was delicious. Though I have to say that my favorite part of this experience was when they opened at the door and let you out to be part of the art. Walk all the way through the fields and you will also see this floor of glowing gems. If you're looking to combine a Teamlab experience that also doubles as a date, or perhaps you're looking for a quieter Teamlab experience, this is what I would recommend. It has been a long day though, so I headed back over closer to my hotel after that to explore the Dotonbori area at night and also to get some dinner. But if you have followed me for a while now, you will know that I love me a good secret bar, and so I capped off the night by heading off to the Bible Club, located minutes away from the Dotonbori area. The entrance to the bar was seriously giving me the nun feels, but once you've entered, you'll find a dimly lit bar with vintage decor and jazz playing softly in the background. You can choose your drink based on how strong or weak you want it. I personally am not a heavy drinker, and so I went with a Moscow Mule, which was delicious. This bar was the perfect spot to slow down and cap off the night. But I made sure I headed home at a decent time, as I wanted to head out of the city the next day to visit the Katsuoji temple, another spot that was high up on my list. I woke up at 6 AM and got a train at Namba station after a quick brekkie at the konbini. The journey took about 40 minutes plus another 30 minutes on a bus to the destination. The Katsuoji temple, known as the Temple of Winning, has long been a place where people come to pray for success in everything from business to personal endeavors. As you walk through the temple grounds, you will see countless Daruma dolls, bright red round symbols of perseverance, good luck, and happiness. You can even paint and leave behind your very own Daruma doll. Doing so is meant to make your wishes come true. If you are a Ghibli fan, however, this next spot should be on your list. Donguri Kyowakoku is located at the 6th floor of the Shinsaibashi PARCO department store. They do have a few locations across Osaka, but this is the one you want to go to if you want to take a photo with no face. The store is also full of Studio Ghibli memorabilia, making it an absolute must visit to either pick up a few things for yourself or for gift ideas. It was then time for a bit of a late lunch. I headed over to Yakiniku Tea that serves up a 10-course Wagyu themed set menu, where the superstar is this gigantic piece of Omi Wagyu T-bone steak that they will cook right in front of you. Whilst all the other dishes were absolutely delicious, this Wagyu was the best Wagyu I've had in my life. The serving sizes are huge here and they know it too, as they tell you at the very beginning that you do have the option to take away anything that you can't finish in the bento box. Wagyu aside, their finisher, which is this white truffle ice cream, was also absolutely heavenly. My expectations were pretty sky high for this next thing on my itinerary, as I had previously been to Teamlab Planets and Borderless in Tokyo. Teamlab Botanical Gardens Osaka is an open-air museum that is only open at night. It features a collection of exhibitions that uses nature's elements such as plants, lake, and the ecosystems at the Nagai Botanical Garden to create stunning art. Walking through the garden is a rather magical experience. Much like the other Teamlab exhibits, you are meant to interact with the pieces of art that will respond to your movements. I spent about 2 to 2.5 hours here, though note that there is no time crunch. You can basically take as much time as you want and can stay at the gardens right up to closing time. Overall, this rather interesting weave of nature and technology is one that I rather enjoyed and would totally do again. I absolutely love the nightlife in Tokyo, so I made sure to do a nightcap by checking out a secret bar that's hidden behind a phone booth. Bar Call Me Tell Me is tiny but really does pack a punch. Unlike normal bars, this one does not have a menu. Instead, the bartender will ask you what flavors you enjoy in a cocktail before proceeding to custom make you a drink.
This was no menu, so if you like to teach me making cocktails with yourself. Sour.
Sour.
Sour base.
Yeah.
Okay. What is that base or gin base or vodka base?
Gin.
Gin base.
Yeah.
Gin base. That's our side.
Yeah. Word of warning, the drinks here are pretty darn strong. I mean, mine was made from a Japanese craft gin and it really took me out. Drinks aside though, the friendliness of the bartender and patrons here is one of the many reasons why I love the Japanese nightlife. Definitely recommend you check them out. Day 3 was another early starter, as I wanted to visit these famous deers that are so polite they bow to get food from you. The entry to the Nara Deer Park is absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay is about 100 yen to get some biscuits to feed the deers. What I did learn from this experience though is that the deers are really determined to get food off of you, and apart from bowing will nudge, stalk, and even nip on your clothes to get your attention. Whilst not at all dangerous, that's definitely something to be aware of before going. It is very touristy, but as a first timer to Osaka, I definitely recommend doing it. Speaking of things that are touristy but worth doing, the Umeda Sky building in Osaka is one of the city's most iconic landmarks. It stands at 173 meters tall and consists of 2 towers that connect at the top via a unique floating observatory that offers a 360-degree view of the city. The building is also home to the Umeda Sky Building Museum, where visitors can learn about the architectural history and engineering behind this impressive structure. The entry tickets are separate and I recommend doing both. The next destination on my itinerary was Shin. It is one of Osaka's most quirky and nostalgic neighborhoods, offering a glimpse into the city's past with a blend of retro charm and old school vibes. Most people will recognize the area when they see the iconic Sutenkaku Tower, which was built back in the 1910s. Walking through Shinsekai, you will find a mix of local eateries, traditional shops, many of which have been around for decades. Despite its rather old-fashioned look, Shinsekai has a unique energy and it is a great place to explore if you want to experience a more authentic side of Osaka. Osaka is known as Japan's kitchen, so aside of Dotonbori, you also want to make time for the Kurumon Market. It is a must-visit spot for foodies who love fresh food and vibrant street market vibes. This bustling market offers a wide range of fresh seafood, meats, fruits, and vegetables, along with some delicious street food stalls. As you wander through the market, you'll find every Japanese dish you can think of. This market is a great place to sample Osaka's famous cuisine and pick up unique ingredients you might not find elsewhere. The friendly vendors definitely add to the lively atmosphere, making it a very fun and authentic experience. In my opinion, Kurumon Market really captures the heart of Osaka's food culture. Definitely recommend adding this to your itinerary. I do think I overdid the eating a little bit by this stage though, so I actually went back to my hotel to chill for a bit before heading off to what was my favorite secret bar in Osaka. Bar Nayuta was actually pretty hard to find, which is on brand, as the sign on their door when you do find it does actually state that they haven't gotten around to putting up a sign in the front. Walk through this plain white door and enter the bar via a door so small you have to crouch to enter. This cozy, stylish cocktail bar is known for its expertly crafted cocktails and warm, welcoming atmosphere. There is also no menu in sight here at Bar Nayuta, and you will instead be asked for your preferences in terms of alcohol, and your drink will be custom made for you. Word to the wise, the drinks here are also pretty darn strong, so just make sure that you keep to what you are able to drink, especially if you're solo traveling like myself. I really enjoyed the vibes at this bar. It truly made me feel like I had stepped back in time. Honestly, if you could only do one bar out of the 3 that I've mentioned in this video, this is it. I decided to dedicate the last day of my trip to the Universal Studios in Osaka. Specifically, I really wanted to go to Nintendo World. There is plenty to do here, and talking about Universal Studios itself, I think it's going to have to be a separate video. But long story short, I was there to check out Donkey Kong Country, a new attraction that opened up in December 2024. In my opinion, that alone was worth the trip. As I had a Shinkansen ticket for later on in the day, I wanted to make sure that I could see as much as possible at Universal Studios, and so I got myself an express pass, which honestly saved me so much time as I didn't have to queue up for a lot of the rides. Specifically, I got Universal Express Pass 4, as you can see here, which allowed me to skip the queue for Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, as well as Minecart Madness, which was what I was there for. If you plan on visiting Universal Studios, I would definitely recommend allocating an entire day. I again caught a Shinkansen on the way back, and as the train was leaving the platform, I found myself already plotting my return. Osaka was such a trip. I especially enjoyed the laid-back vibes here, especially when you compare that against the hustle and bustle of Tokyo. Hey guys, Editing Steve here. I was in the process of compiling all the Google Map pins, booking links, discount codes of all the places that I went to, and realized that that is actually quite a lot of text to put in my description box. And so I thought what would be easier for everyone is if I compiled all of those information in one document that you can download for free. And that's exactly what I've done. I've also thrown in a little pre-Osaka trip checklist in there as well. The download link is in my description box. I hope you'll find it helpful. I do hope that you found value in this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All the good things that you know is going to keep the YouTube algorithm gods happy, but much more importantly, will just make my day as a content creator. I will also link my first timer's guide to Japan video at the end of this video, which I would recommend you watch if you are headed to Japan for the first time, so that you don't make all the same mistakes that I did. And if you got to this point of the video, thank you so much for watching. It truly does mean everything. I do hope that you have a fantastic day ahead, or that you've already had a good day. As always, I will see you very soon in the next video. Ciao!